Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all learning community. On a regular basis, we express a wide range of messages that could be implicit or explicit. So implicit simply means when you provide a message but cannot be stated directly, or when you provide something without, producing it, so that you will let the recipient understand what you are referring to. On the other hand, we have another kind, which is explicit. Explicit means to express ideas freely, right? To express ideas freely through direct messages, and it could be clear to the listener. I'm explaining these things just to let you know that we express or produce a wide range of sentences in order to create a particular pattern or a sentence pattern. And this sentence pattern, each sentence contains a variety of elements, and each element has its own function, right? Therefore, I would like to address an important verbs, or let's say a modal verbs. We use the modal verbs to express different situations so that you could help others to determine what do you need, right? I'm going to address the possibility, the function of possibility, the function of obligations, prohibitions, request, right? Using modal verbs. So as I said, I'm going to address modal verbs. Within their and functionality, and the functionality or functions. Alright. We start with the first one. When you want to oblige, when you want to state a terminology of something very necessary or something that is very, very important, we use the modal must. So must has many functions. You can state an obligation situation, and you can state also a necessity. You can state a suggestion, right? So the first modal is must. So must is interlinked with what? With obligations. It means you have to do it. You do not have any other choices, right? So, obligation is the function of must. And also, we have other function. The next one is called necessity, right? Next is advice. So obligation, necessity, and advice. What is the difference between these three elements? So obligation, simply, when you state that something is a must, is an obligatory, something that is that doesn't have other things or other alternative options, right? So when we say it's a must and obliged, you are obliged to do it. You have no other options. This is the meaning. For example, you must learn English in order to improve internationally, right? Or you can say you must obey the rules, if I can say that. You must listen to the speaker. You must respect others, right? So here's an obligation. I'm obliging you to listen. You must follow my lead, right? So this is the meaning or the state of obligation. Necessity. Necessity, sorry, deals with importance. Importance. When something is very important, here we can express must to show something is very necessary. For example, you must lose weight, all right? You must, let's say, practice, or you must do the workout before practicing football, let's say, practicing any kind of sport. So this is very necessary, right? So here we're expressing importance. We move to prohibition, right? Prohibition, simply, you will take the modal verb must and form it into a negative, right? So prohibition becomes, and for the word must, becomes must not, right? This is the prohibition. Prohibition, it means you are not allowed. You are not allowed to do something, to do anything. Right? This is the meaning of prohibition. Now, we are going to use the other way around. So, when we say must, we can state that something is very obligatory, something that is necessary or important, or when we want to give an advice. And lastly is the prohibition. You are prohibited to do something. You cannot do it. You are not allowed to do that, etc. In order to express the other way around, we can use the word need. So here need, in order to express needed, you can say need not, or don't have to. Alright? So need not or do not have to. Do not have to do something. So when we say you needn't or need not to practice sport in the morning, or let's say need not to revise intensively, here we are expressing a necessary thing, right? We are expressing a necessary purpose or necessary function. It hints for the recipient that this thing is not the first priority. You have the choice. You can do it or not. Okay? It depends. All right? Based on your own schedule, if I can say that. So need not. The second modal verb is may. May, the past simple of may is might. Alright? Also has many functions. The common function is what? Is a request. The second one is permission. Right? Permission. The other one is possibility. Possibility. So when we express a request, we use the word may, right? So when we want to ask or to express a request, we can use a may, especially in a very, exact, or let's say special situation. If the listener or the one that we are dealing with is very special, is highly intellectual, and also older than you, right, or us. So we need to be polite and show respectness, right, and to be, to be kind with that person, or to show to him that you mean, that what you want to demand is being graded according to your own status. Good. So may, we use it to express request. For example, when we make a request, we use the interrogative form. May I, right? May I do that? May I address you? May I talk to you later, right? This is when you're requesting, may I mean anything you want from that person. So this is, you are requesting. Clear? The second one, permission. May I leave, please? May I or may you listen to me? So this is a permission, right? And you are asking for permission from him. Clear? So the difference between permission and the request, it usually comes from the speaker, right? When you request something, and the permission the other way around. When you state it, you want to the recipient give you or gives you, sorry, how we can say, clear idea that you are allowed or you can your request is being fulfilled. So he will allow you or he will accept or deny based on his own circumstances. This is the meaning of the differences between request and permission. Clear? The following one is possibility. Possibility, usually when we express a possibility, we use the affirmative pattern or affirmative way or affirmative type. For example, we say, I may or I may come tomorrow, right? I may visit you soon. I may consider your suggestion, right? So this is a possibility. It's not certainty, but possibly I'm going to do that. Or I may not do that. Understood? So this is the function of possibility. Good. We have many modal verbs. I could address another one, which is the semi-modal. I could say ought to. Right? Ought to is the usual modal that express advice. So instead of ought to, you could also use should. You could also use should or had better to. Etc. So let me inform you, the past simple. We have other modal verbs like will, would, should, could, can, the common one. So shall is the past simple. The past simple of shall is should, and will is in the future, simply. And the past simple of will, if you want to express idea into the past simple, you could use the word or the modal verb would. That was all. Thank you very much for your kind consideration and see you for the upcoming video.